I love music, and I also love Minecraft. Unfortunately, music in Minecraft with note blocks just isn't all that great. So I gave note blocks an update. Let me show you how I did it. 80% of the people watching this video are not currently subscribed, and that means that you could very well be one of them. So if you enjoyed today's video, please consider subscribing. It would really help my channel out. Alright, back to the video. When you think of music in Minecraft, do you think of this? Or do you think of this? Okay, maybe I should take a few steps back and explain a little bit. Music is a very important aspect of our real world. And of course, you could also say that it's an important aspect of Minecraft. I mean, after all, note blocks have been in the game for a very long time, as well as jukeboxes and even all sorts of different music discs. Speaking of that, stall is the best. Just saying. I mean, generally speaking, the concept is pretty straightforward, but I do think that there are various different ways we could make the note block itself better, but I don't think we should stop there. There's definitely room for more music-related items and blocks in the game. As a side note, a GUI to be able to select these notes would make this so much easier. So I've done just that. I've added new blocks in the world of music in Minecraft that should help make the music making process even better and ultimately limitless. So many new possibilities. But first, I actually did make the note block a little bit cooler. Let me show you. You may be wondering why it's nighttime. Well, that's because we're gonna start working with some mobs, because I've made it so that you can sort mobs using note blocks. Let's say that you've got a bunch of mobs all in one location. It can be very annoying. So I think it would be really cool to be able to sort through them using sounds. Every single mob in Minecraft could have a favorite sound. And as you can see in this case, creepers love the piano instrument. So you're able to sort through all of the different creepers, skeletons, and zombies and attract all of one special type to one instrument. This is really cool. So as an example, in this case, I have 3 different types of note blocks. We'll have a piano, we'll have the xylophone, and of course the didgeridoo. This will be for creepers, this will attract skeletons, and of course, this will attract zombies. Now, I'm no redstone genius, but I'm going to set these up on a redstone clock. We're gonna essentially have these go off on every other pulse, as you can see here. And yes, it is going to be very annoying. There we go. That's a little bit better. I forgot that pumpkins are didgeridoo, so. And now, all we need to do is essentially flick the lever. As you can see, I've got a caged-in area filled with mobs that's hooked up via redstone to the gates as soon as we flick the lever, and you will see them sort. And honestly, it's one of the coolest things I have ever seen in Minecraft. So, without further ado, let's turn on the annoying machine, and as you can see, all of the mobs are sorting into their own areas. I mean, how amazing is this? I know what you're thinking. That has absolutely nothing to do with music. It's mob sorting, and I know. So let's get back to the music, shall we? Note blocks are great. I mean, like I said, there are several different instruments, and you can make general music with them. But what about special effects? That's where the real music's at. Well, we've got 2 different ways to add effects to your music, and this one is actual practical effects as opposed to audio effects. This is a speaker, a block that I think definitely should be in Minecraft. Let me explain what it does. At first glance, it's pretty basic. It makes this noise, whatever that is. But whenever you decide to add a special block underneath it, that's when the magic happens. So let's do that, shall we? We can go ahead and place all of these different blocks and place speakers right on top of them. Now, you could probably imagine what this does. In Minecraft, there are a lot of sounds that aren't just related to music. There are practical sound effects. I think this would be a block that would allow us to play those different sound effects without having to use command blocks or commands. I mean, imagine starting off a song with an explosion. This is amazing, and honestly, it seems like this is the most realistic thing that could ever be in Minecraft. And of course, as you would imagine, it's... Oh, wait, uh-oh, that's not good. Well, it doesn't work as great as I thought it would, but you get the point. It does work with redstone. You gotta be a little careful with the TNT one. This is a soundboard, a device that you can place on top of a note block to modify the sound. As you know currently, note blocks play sounds. They're just a simple, one-time, short note of music noises. Whenever you place a block on top of it, it normally doesn't work, and I think that's how it should be, except for when you use a soundboard. I guess it still doesn't work. Again, imagination. In this case, you could see that we can enable the soundboard to give us different effects. Now, if you don't know, in music, you hear a lot of effects in your practical music. A lot of reverb or echo, where a note might sound different and distorted than it normally would. In this case, a soundboard would allow us to switch through different effects that we could place on top of a note block to actually give us those sounds. Hopefully I can give us an example of a normal echo piano. Okay, I don't know if that worked, but we could continue, maybe even add reverb. So you get the idea. It basically would allow us to add noises with different effects. This is a block that would be very tricky to implement, but very handy if it were added. And of course, as you would imagine, this would also work with our speakers so that we could add effects to our practical effects. In this case, I've got a TNT explosion, and maybe we want to muffle it so that it doesn't sound as clear as it normally would. So in this case, we could give an example for something like that. I mean, that would be really cool, but also really frightening for players on multiplayer servers. I mean, if you just imagine what we could do with the Skulk Sensors to prank our friends and absolutely frighten them, because I mean, hearing an explosion is always really frightening. All we've got to do is, in this case, have pressure plates, but in another case, have a Skulk Sensor, and suddenly they are not going to want to be your friends anymore. Speaking of the Skulk Sensor, this is a block that, as you know, is being added in the Caves and Cliffs update, and it is essentially revolutionary for redstone in Minecraft. It picks up on vibrations and essentially listens, or should I say feels, for whatever's going on around it. I've got a really cool way this could also be incorporated into music. This is the Skulk Listener, a block that, trust me, all of you want in Minecraft. As you would imagine, it uses the Skulk Sensor in the crafting recipes, which allows it to actually listen to the area around it, which in the world of note blocks and music, this could be incredibly useful. So let's say that you have created the ultimate musical masterpiece and you are so excited to show your friends. You've incorporated note blocks, the brand new speaker, as you could see here, to create your very own song, and you want to share this with your friends, but unfortunately it's stuck in the form of a bunch of redstone and might fail. It might work perfectly, a creeper might blow it up. You want to save your progress because it took you a long time. Well, that, my friends, is where the Skulk Listener would come in handy. You would essentially power this using redstone and insert a blank music disc, an item that could be sold by, I don't know, a musical villager. That could be cool. You would insert it into the Skulk Listener, turn it on, and it would then begin listening to the area. And as soon as you started playing some music, it would then record it. So as soon as you're done, you turn it off, go up to it, right-click it, and of course, you would get a recorded music disc, and you could put that in any jukebox. I know, this is a stretch. This is a very difficult idea to implement into the game. Trust me, I know, because I would have done it myself through this mod, but unfortunately, it's just not that easy. But this still would be amazing. Being able to share our masterpieces in this way would be fantastic. It's right up there in the alley of painting your own paintings, making your own music disc. I mean, how amazing would that be? I need to celebrate. If only this was on a record. So, there you have it. All sorts of new musical materials that could ultimately make your music creation experience even better in Minecraft. And honestly, I think this is all we really need. I mean, after all, there's not really much more of a need than effects, new sound effects, and of course recording it into Minecraft. Unless we want to actually jam out in the rocker format that we're all used to in the real world. That's right, a drum set. Now, if you're expecting me to play this drum set right now in Minecraft, well, then I'm sorry, because this is all phony. This is a big, fake, phony drum set that can be killed. I know, I'm sorry that I fooled you. But look, it's very difficult to add instruments in Minecraft, but that doesn't mean that I don't want to show you how it could work. I don't like adding things into the game that I genuinely do not believe would ever be in Minecraft. And drum sets or guitars, all of that, basically actual instruments, have a very, very small chance of ever actually being in Minecraft. But I do think it could still be very cool. I mean, games like Terraria and even Starbound have instruments, and they are very fun, especially in multiplayer. Being able to have a drum set that you can actually play, I would imagine this would be a block by block type decoration that you could right click to actually play different sounds. And being able to play with your friends who might have a guitar or even a piano. This would be really cool, and honestly, when I think of music in Minecraft, I think about this. Not so much this. But that doesn't mean that these aren't cool. In fact, this brings something special and unique to Minecraft, something that we don't have in other games. So I'm torn. Do we go for real music or do we go for Minecraft music? Which one do you think should be the way it should be? I don't know at this point, but I don't know which way I want to go towards. I actually really love the classic Minecraft note block, but it would be cool to have drum sets. I don't know. But the choice is yours. Let me know. Drum set or note blocks? What do you say we kick off this video in style with an example of what is possible? I've got a TNT sound effect and, of course, a drum machine, with the first snare having an echo and the second snare having a reverb. This is what's possible with all of these new effects, and it is awesome. I love it so much, and with that being said, that is going to do it for today. Thank you so much for watching this entire video. I mean, that is why you are my favorite. And because you're my favorite, I selected 2 videos that I think you are gonna enjoy. Click to the right to watch how I gave copper ore an update for Minecraft, or to the left to watch 50 things that should be in Minecraft. But that's gonna do it for today. Thanks for watching.